At 22 years old, life finally feels different. For years, you spent most of your time studying, following schedules, and preparing for adulthood. Now things have changed. You wake up for work. You earn your own money. And for the first time, nobody tells you how to spend it. That sounds exciting. And it is. When the first paycheck arrives, it feels like a reward for all the hard work that came before it. Suddenly, things that once seemed expensive start looking affordable. A better phone, a better laptop, better clothes, more dinners outside, more comfort. And there's nothing wrong with any of those things. You worked hard for your money. You deserve to enjoy some of it. But every month brings new temptations. There is always something to buy, always a new trend, always a reason to spend, a new gadget, a flash sale, a weekend trip, a subscription that seems harmless. Little by little, spending becomes easier. Many people slowly develop a habit: earn, spend, repeat, month after month, year after year. Then one day, they wonder why nothing has changed, why their bank account still looks the same, why they feel stuck despite working harder than ever. But a different person makes a different choice. They decide to keep a small portion of every paycheck, not a huge amount, just enough to begin. At first, it feels insignificant, too small to matter, too small to make a difference. You look at the amount and think, will this really change anything? Some friends tell you to enjoy your money now. Others say you can start later. After all, you're still young. But something important is happening. You are building discipline. And discipline is often the first step toward every major success in life. Because investing is not really about money. It is about learning to control yourself, learning to think about tomorrow while everyone else is focused on today. And that lesson starts at 22. 3 years have passed. You continue investing, month after month, without missing too many opportunities to save. But something feels strange. The results still look small. You expected more. You imagined faster progress. You thought your life would look different by now. This is where most people quit. Because human beings love quick rewards. We love instant results. We love seeing progress immediately. But investing refuses to work that way. Instead, it teaches patience. A lesson that many people never fully learn. Imagine planting a tree. You water it every day. You protect it from damage. You give it everything it needs. Then, you look at it a week later. Nothing impressive. A month later. Still nothing impressive. But underground, the roots are growing. And those roots are preparing the tree for future growth. Investing works the same way. For years, the growth may seem slow. Sometimes it feels invisible. Meanwhile, other people seem to be moving faster. Some are buying new cars, some are traveling more, some appear successful online, and sometimes you wonder if you're falling behind. But appearances rarely tell the whole story. Many people are spending money they haven't earned yet. Many are financing lifestyles they can't truly afford. Every contribution matters. Every month matters. Every year matters. The person who develops patience gains a powerful advantage because they stop chasing shortcuts. They stop searching for overnight success, and they begin trusting the process. The process is boring. The process is repetitive, but the process works. And often, the people who win are simply the people who stay long enough to see the results. By 30, life becomes more serious, responsibilities become heavier, the decisions become bigger, and mistakes become more expensive. At this stage, many people realize that earning money is not enough. You must understand how money works. You begin asking better questions. Why do some people stay wealthy? Why do others struggle despite earning a good income? What separates those who build wealth from those who constantly start over? These questions lead to learning. You begin reading, you begin studying, you begin paying attention. Slowly, your understanding grows. You learn that wealth is not built through luck alone. It is built through knowledge and consistent action. You discover that money follows principles, and those principles do not change. Spend less than you earn. Invest consistently. Avoid unnecessary debt. Think long-term. At this stage, investing changes from a habit into a skill. You start understanding risk. You start understanding opportunities. You stop making emotional decisions, and you begin making informed ones. The more you learn, the more confidence you gain, because knowledge removes uncertainty, and uncertainty is often what keeps people stuck. The person who understands money sees opportunities that others ignore, and that understanding becomes a powerful advantage. At 35, something begins to change. You look back at your younger self. The person who started at 22, the person who wasn't sure if investing would work, the person who worried about every small decision, and now you realize how far you've come. Not because everything was perfect, but because you stayed consistent. There were mistakes, there were setbacks, there were moments of doubt, there were market crashes, unexpected expenses, months when saving felt impossible, but you kept going. And now the results are becoming visible. One day you open your account and realize something surprising. The numbers are larger than you expected, not because of luck, not because of a miracle, but because of hundreds of small decisions made over many years, decisions that nobody noticed, decisions that nobody applauded. Yet those invisible choices slowly transformed your future. For the first time, you clearly see the connection between your choices and your progress. This creates confidence, real confidence, not the confidence that comes from showing off, not the confidence that comes from impressing others, the confidence that comes from experience, the confidence that says, I've done difficult things before. I can keep doing difficult things. And that confidence starts affecting every area of life, not just money, career, business, relationships, personal goals. Because once you learn that consistency works, you start applying that lesson everywhere. At 40, your priorities begin to change. When you were younger, success looked like buying more things. Now success looks different. Now success looks like freedom. Freedom to choose. Freedom to spend your time where it matters. Freedom to make decisions without panic. Freedom to walk away from situations that no longer serve you. Many people spend their entire lives trapped, not because they lack talent, not because they lack intelligence, but because they never built financial flexibility. Every decision is controlled by immediate needs. Every opportunity feels risky. Every setback feels like a crisis. But investing was quietly solving this problem all along. For years, you were not simply building money. You were building options. Freedom is waking up without constantly worrying about money. Freedom is helping your family when they need support. Freedom is taking opportunities because you want to, not because you have to. Freedom is knowing that one emergency won't destroy everything you've built. And perhaps most importantly, freedom is peace of mind. The ability to sleep at night knowing your future is no longer hanging by a thread. Options create freedom. And freedom is one of the most valuable things a person can have. Often, that freedom was built through small decisions made years earlier. At this stage, something shifts again. The focus is no longer entirely on yourself. You begin thinking about what remains after you're gone. You begin thinking about the impact you've had on others, the lessons you've learned, the habits you've built, the example you've set. You realize that investing was never just about growing wealth. It was about becoming a better version of yourself. The discipline from 22, the patience from 25, the knowledge from 30, the confidence from 35, the freedom from 40. Every stage prepared you for this moment, A legacy is not measured only by money. It is measured by the opportunities you create, the wisdom you share, the people you inspire, and the example you leave behind. Years ago, everything started with a simple choice, a choice that seemed small at the time, the choice to begin. Looking back, the journey was never really about becoming rich. It was about becoming capable of making better decisions, capable of handling uncertainty, capable of building a life on your own terms. The money was simply a reflection of the person you became along the way. Most people never realize how powerful that first step can be, but now you do. Because every chapter of your journey began with that single decision, and that decision changed everything. That's why 22 is one of the best ages to start investing. Not because you'll become wealthy overnight, not because success is guaranteed, but because time becomes your greatest advantage. Every year you wait is a year you cannot get back. Every year you start earlier gives your future more room to grow, more room to compound, more room to turn small actions into extraordinary results. The best time to start was years ago. The second best time is today. And the next chapter of your story begins the moment you decide to start.